It has been said that life is a song and love is the music. In this episode, we give you the soundtrack to our love story. As usual, there's his side and her side to the story. Will the stories match up in the end? Stay tuned to find out. Welcome to the Journey to Forever podcast, where we discuss the highs and lows of life and love. Join us, your hosts, Flo and
Joe,
for a weekly recalculation of our roots as we navigate the twists and turns with candid conversation, comfort food, and laughter. Well, welcome back, Forever family. I hope you're all well. If you are a new listener, thanks for joining us. Be sure to subscribe so that you don't miss future episodes. I'm Flo, the recovering overlover, and as usual, I'm joined by my co-host and overly patient Prince,
Joe.
Each week, we share with you some fun date ideas for you to keep the spark alive in your relationship while being safe during this pandemic. Today, we are sharing the soundtrack to our love story. Both Joe and I have developed playlists, so I can't wait to hear how our story unfolds through the music. Stay tuned. So, before we dive into all these songs, we usually do a bit of reminiscing in a segment we call What's Your Story? Joe, got a story to share about losing your patience with a sales associate or waiter or waitress?
Yeah. Hi, folks. Hope you're all having a great day. My story begins with our most infamous telecommunication service.
Oh, Lord.
I believe everyone who has a cell phone, landline, have a story about our telecommunication service.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I no longer was using a phone because my phone it wasn't working properly.
Okay.
So I told them,
this is a mobile phone.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
So I called them and say, well, my phone isn't working properly.
Mm-hmm.
So stop the bill. Right? Stop billing me because I would not be using it.
Mm-hmm.
They proceed to tell me, no, we cannot stop billing you until you pay off the last bill. And then we will stop the service. I'm like, what? So you mean I will be paying for a service that I am not using?
Mm-hmm.
Like, so eventually they kept spinning, top in mud, spinning. I was like, all right, yeah, what? I paid off the bill. Went to the store to organize to get the bill stopped and do whatever I had to do. Eventually, when they did do that, the bill was stopped. They were actually owing me money. So I waited for about 2 or 3 months before I got refunded for a service I was no longer using.
That's how it goes. They're always quick to charge you, but
yes,
never quick to repay.
They were owing me money. Could you imagine that?
Yeah.
So they telling me, you need to pay this amount and pay that amount. When I paid the amount, then it came back. Well, you in credit how much ever X, Y, and Z amount of money. I was like, okay, can I have my money, please?
Mm-hmm.
And they twist and turn, and you have to go here for the check and do this for the check. And yes, they are horrible salespeople. Horrible. I say it again. All right, I wouldn't call a name because I'm getting a bit annoyed.
I think all Trinis have a story about that particular company. All, including my father.
Horrible. Oh, and I have another story about that, you know.
Well, we'll save it for another time.
Oh, okay. No, if you bring it up again, I'll get annoyed again.
Yeah, it seems like you have something heavy on your chest.
Yeah, boy. They were, oh my God. They were actually billing me years before the phone I have now. They were billing me for calls to Japan. I know no one in Japan.
Yeah, I see I don't have court clothes, otherwise I'm going to share some information I have. But let me leave that alone now. Leave it alone.
Yeah. So yes, on to you, Flo. Let's see. Flo, got a story to share about bringing two people together who eventually got married?
Yeah, I had some co-worker friends who this guy he really liked the girl. You could tell that he liked this girl, and I, along with the person I was dating at the time, used to just poke him every so often. Hey, you should ask her out. You should ask her out. And he's like, no, what don't shit where you eat or something like that. That phrase about avoiding workplace romance, more or less. And eventually we wore him down and he asked her out and they had a good time. And about a year later, they were married and they now have two kids. So it worked out. And I have never seen him happier.
That was a hell of a date. Wow.
Yeah. So sometimes, yes, we may have rules, but for the right kind of love, it may be a good thing to break the rules sometimes. I don't know, I do
Yeah.
that with you.
Not self-made rules sometimes are to your detriment.
Yeah.
Yeah, because you would not have a balanced view of everything.
Okay. But I understood his sentiment too, because I would say after that relationship I was in, while I was prompting him to get with the girl, I would never ever ever do workplace romance again. So I think the rules have their pros and cons. You just have to sometimes be willing to deal with the consequences. So you have
Yeah.
to weigh whether you're willing to deal with whatever consequences you could foresee if this decision doesn't work out the way that you envision.
Okay. Well, I can't speak on that. I have never had any.
Yeah. Love is a gamble. And we all just have to be willing to take the risk of. Speaking of gamble. Yes.
Well, all right.
Yeah, I did gamble. Take a gamble on Mr.
People,
Joe here.
when I write the book, you will understand.
What book? Yeah. So, Dre, ready to tell this story in music?
Well, my